Oh, that was an airship going by.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it is, like, the world in this one is basically like that of, like, there's a war going on, warships and military and conquest and all that. So it's a very different world from Final Fantasy 1.
Okay.
There's been no talk of Warriors of Light, no talk of crystals. And even the world map theme, too. I almost forgot to mention it there. Like, listen to the world map theme. Like in Final Fantasy 1, the world map theme was very, like, upbeat. We're going on an adventure. You know, save the world. Like, almost kind of like a naive, blissful feel to it. Mm-hmm. Whereas this one is a lot more, it's sad, it's solemn, it's thought-provoking. It's, yeah, it's just not as upbeat as the last game. So they were definitely going in a different direction. Also, too, this game, a lot of people say this, and I'm inclined to agree. This was also around the time that, like, Star Wars was, like, the OG Star Wars movies were, like, just wrapping up their run in theaters, too, like Return of the Jedi and stuff. So I'm inclined to agree with what a lot of people say, that this game took a lot of inspiration from Star Wars. Like,
okay.
You know, the conquest with the Empire and the rebels and all that stuff, which is a trope that has been overused and redone and all that so much.
Okay.
Yeah. I just really want to get enough money so we can get those other 2 spells.
For sure. I'm just kind of like, okay, I wonder, because of course this would have been originally in Japanese, so I'm kind of wondering how some of that flavored what you just told me of the lore, kind of flavored the translations to English. Like, some things are not fully compatible between 2 languages, as opposed to having a direct translations, and sometimes whoever's doing the translating will just flavor it in their way. So I'm truly wondering, like, Rebels, Empire, like, that is pretty much lifted from Star Wars, so I'm wondering if that was a deliberate choice, or whether that's the way it was in the first place.
This game has been re-released on a couple of different consoles now. With the Pixel remasters, a lot of work went into it, so I'm sure, you know, areas where stuff didn't translate well, I'm sure they figured out equivalents and went through that carefully. Sometimes with games that don't make it to North America as well, too, sometimes you can get, like, ROM hacks of them online, and then you can end up having, like, fan translations of them, and sometimes those fan translations are really good, and sometimes they're not so good. Okay, so Guy's MP has gone up. We just need, I think, 1 more fight will do it, and then we'll be able to go get the other 2 spells.
Okay.
And then we can start making our way to Fynn. Kind of hoping Maria gets some more health here, because she's going to be up front. She needs to get a little beefier.
We're working on it, but if she keeps celebrating by throwing her tits out there, I don't know what I can do for her.
Throwing her tits out? Oh, with her little, like,
Watch.
victory pose?
Like, even when she's waiting for her hit, like, there she is in a Barbie pose.
Oh, yeah. I see it now.
Darn it, Maria, I am trying to uplift women in gaming here, and you are not helping.
Maria's just like, hit me anywhere but here. These are the money makers.
Plot armor.
Plot armor. Don't hit her. She got the boobs. Alright. We're actually getting quite a bit of money from those guys. Okay, let's just make a very quick run back to the magic shop.
This game is kind of dependent on you sitting there and doing some grinding, isn't it?
It is, and some of that grinding I can definitely do off camera, which I did for when we played Final Fantasy 1 as well.
Okay.
I gotta see how much the inn costs. So Thunder, Blizzard, let me just run to the inn quick and see how much that costs.
Okay.
Costs 18 gil. Right. So this game, this is a common trope in some older RPGs. Basically, they're only charging you the amount of health that you have to restore.
Okay, so it'll cost less if you're just going there for the sake of someplace to save your game, as opposed to we're ready to drop dead.
We can save the game on the overworld, but yeah, so it won't be like outrageous in prices from what I recall. So we've got. Oh, we're down to 95. Let's just go into the magic shop here. Sell. I'm going to sell that one potion. We've got enough to buy one more cure tome. Do you want to teach somebody cure?
Good point. Okay, yeah, let's teach our ranger in the back there.
Okay. Congratulations, Firion. You're also a healer now.
You're the backup healer.
Backup healer, backup bowman, backup everything.
I'm guessing once we get our 4th party member back, we can make him into whatever at that point, too?
Yes.
Okay.
Assuming that poor schmuck is still alive.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to think about what he's probably stereotypically gonna be versus what I want to actually make him into.
Well, hey, we just started playing this, and I'm glad that you're enjoying turning this up on its head. And that is one thing that I really did enjoy. I've already pointed out that I really am not a fan of like the key terms system. But that is one thing with some of the quality of life improvements that have come with the Pixel Remaster. Oh good, their health went up. I do like having that freedom that you have these like 3 very blank slate characters. You don't even have to pick a class for them like you did in the last one. And you can just kind of choose to make them whatever you want.
Too bad you can't choose for them to wear something a bit more modest.
Ha!
I truly don't care if you have purple hair and high heels, girl, but the pose, the tits out in the middle of battle, like, come on.
Look at my titties.
Like,
Look
okay, if you were a rogue that was specifically there for distraction purposes, but that's not what I'm building you into.
I have an image, and you are not fitting that image. But what about my free will? You don't have free will. Free will is an illusion.
To be fair, it would be fun playing a barbarian that is also a Barbie. I think I can make this work. I can make this work. You're the Barbie barbarian.
Barbie the barbarian. There we go.
I like it.
Okay, I right before we blipped into this battle, I do see what looks like a house.
Oh.
And I am trying to be really careful not to go too far west, because I know we'll be running into some real... Like, we won't even have a chance to run. We'll be dead.
Ooh, okay.
That's how unbalanced it is a little bit. Okay, so it's not Fynn that we were going towards, but it's Gatrea. This is the village of Gatrea. Fynn is just over there across the lake. See? I'm assuming there's probably smoke coming from it, so yeah, okay. Sure, kid, I can see it.
Seems pretty lackadaisy since, Fynn is overrun by the Empire, but okay. Ooh, another axe. Can we get the axe?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
And we'll go ahead and... You said you want Maria to dual wield?
Yes, please.
Cool.
If she's going to be the Barbie Barbarian, she needs to be full-on Berserker Barbie Barbarian. I know game-wise she's going to be wearing heavy armor, but she's going to be like, where we're going, we don't need heavy armor. We go into armor wearing war paint and screaming.
I know everyone's seen my titties, but have you seen my biceps?
Okay, you know what? Yes, I like it. Okay.
The Imperial forces have occupied Castle Fynn. The gates are drawn and no one can enter. And with Imperial troops and monsters roaming the streets, the city isn't any better off.
There's monsters roaming the streets and you guys are just in the town across the lake minding your own business. Okay.
Maybe if we just keep doing what we always do and mind our P's and Q's, no one will bother us.
Yep.
Gatrea and Altair haven't fallen into the clutches of the Empire yet, but once the Dreadnought is complete, nothing will be able to stop the Empire.
Okay.
Yeah, this is all stuff we already have anyway.
Okay.
Now, do they have a magic shop here?
Well, they have a green-haired bitch. Every town needs to have a green-haired bitch.
You know,
and a useless wizard.
You know, that's insensitive.
Am I wrong?
No. That's offensive.
I'm observant. No,
How
I'm
dare
observant.
you?
Even Stardew Valley. There's got to be that random green-haired bitch.
And that's how we're never welcome back to Gatrea.
It's not like they have anything to offer.
Wow. That's
They
harsh. Well, I mean, once the Dreadnought's complete and the Empire rolls through, they definitely won't have anything to offer.
I'm still kind of hung up on this whole thing that, okay, the Emperor. Like, he's already an Emperor. What's his end goal from summoning monsters? Like, he was already in charge. Why does he need monsters?
World domination.
But he was already the Emperor. They didn't even talk about alternate kingdoms for him to take over.
Because he's a power-hungry fuck.
He was already in power. Is this the guy that's, wishes for everything and he ends up being a genie?
I think they're going off. I mean, obviously we just started the game, but I find villains like that, especially in like these older franchises, movies, games, whatever, they're never satisfied with what they have. They always want more.
Oh, so this is a game about
gosh.
late stage capitalism then, isn't it?
Yeah. We don't have sorry, I'm just making sure I'm going the right way. I'm really nervous about going off the beaten path and getting murdered.
Okay.
We're trying to avoid that.
What happens if we do get murdered?
Then we'd have to reload our last save. That's why it's good to save often. There's, it's happened to me. It's happened to other people. I was actually watching, there's a YouTuber that, he's reviewed the Pixel remasters, and he especially despises this game, called Pro Jared. I'm sure anybody watching probably heard of him. And he was talking about how, like, yeah, I played this game, and I started playing, and I made some good progress, and then I stepped into a random encounter that was too high level for me, and I died. And had to start from the beginning again.
Well, I mean, that's life, with the exception of the starting over from the beginning.
That's life. Yeah, there's definitely some balancing issues in this game, for sure.
Mm-hmm. You stepped through the gate? What do you mean you're in another monster? Okay, fine.
Well, they did say monsters are roaming the streets.
Okay.
Alright, against our better judgment, let's enter the town.
Okay.
So if I remember correctly, if you get too close to any of the soldiers, it will be an encounter, and it's like a really hard encounter. Mm-hmm. It's just as we've heard. The city is crawling with Imperial soldiers. We have to be careful. Make sure not to get too close.
So it's like playing Pokemon, isn't it?
Yeah. Walk in front of the soldier. Exclamation point. We made eye contact. We must battle.
Leg eater. Okay.
Don't worry. The soldier's like, I came so prepared for this fight. Soldier sends out Rita. Don't worry, there's 3 more of those where that came from.
Okay, let's see. What are the 10, 10, and 12 on the far right of our characters?
That's your
there?
MP.
Okay.
So see how one just went down for using Thunder?
There we go. Yeah, just trying to pay more attention so I know what's going on.
Yeah, all good. It's, like I said, they changed up a few things.
Okay.
Okay, so we're in a house.
Can't really interact with anything, can you?
Not that I can see.
You can't use the beds unless it's when you paid for an inn, eh?
Yeah. Sometimes in RPGs there will be places you can go to where it's like, oh, would you like to sleep as soon as you interact with the bed? But doesn't seem to be the case in this one.
Well, plot-wise, the game is also putting a guard right in front of the door to the inn so that you can't go.
Yeah,
So,
I don't feel like infiltrating a town occupied by the enemy empire and then going to take a nap is a good play. Just saying.
Will this game eventually give us options for resting outside of an inn, like giving us sleeping bags and tents and stuff?
I can't remember. A part of me wants to say there might not be tents in this game.
Oh.
I can't remember, though. We will find out. It's been a hot minute since I played through this one.
That's fair. Okay, I was razzing Maria's ready poses there, but now Guy's kind of giving me the giggles because I know he's still doing the stereotypical male ready pose, fists up, ready for fisticuffs. But it's like, you're the mage, you're the healer. And there he is, kind of like flexing his muscles and ready to look like he's going hand to hand. And like, I may be the healer, but...
The game seems really determined to not conform to what you're trying to do. Because, like, look at how, like, slowly Maria's health is going up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the game's like, but no, we had a vision, but I want to do it this way.
Okay, so...
Oh, look. If we look up at the map, see how there's an opening in the fence?
Yeah, I was just looking at that and being like, are you capable of going around the trees and back into town without leaving the town map and going back into the overworld map?
I'm kind of just hoping we don't go too far north and end up back outside, but let's try it, see how it goes.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so far so good. And then we should be able to circle around to the pub.
Okay.
Ye old pub.
Well, the potion shop.
What?
Well, the little sign on it says it has the little potion thing.
It had like a liquor bottle on it.
Oh, I wasn't paying close enough attention. I'm sorry.
All good.
Because I was looking at the potion shop with the little teapot.
Is this the item shop? Yeah.
Oh, no, it's a teapot. That's a potion shop.
Yeah, but look what we're doing. We're going around the perimeter down to the pub.
Oh, that's why I didn't notice it's not a handy big out. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I kept missing it. Okay.
That's fair. They're kind of in close proximity to each other. Okay, so Fire, Thunder, and Blizzard are all at level 2. So I guess we can spam some cures and try to get Cure up to level 2.
Okay.
So the spells are more effective now, but they cost 2 MP to use.
It's truly like spell slots and spell levels.
Yeah, and it's purely a skill-up system, which has been seen in a lot of games. Like, look at Skyrim, for example. Like, Skyrim is entirely a skill-up system. I have fond memories of climbing on top of a boulder and, like, swinging a greatsword at mammoths, making sure I was just out of reach so they couldn't hit me, and skilling up like crazy. It's still, you still kind of level up as you skill up, but yeah, no, this is just kind of like an earlier attempt at a system like that.
Oh geez, when I played Skyrim, I went into like the middle of town where everybody was in the marketplace and just fired off non-destructive spells. So like courage or fear, flee spells or what have you, just spam those over and over again.
Oh yeah.
Guards would get mad at me, and it's like, nobody's actually getting hurt, so you can just get mad that I'm
You're
casting
offended, but you're not enforcing this.
But did you die?
Whoa, where do you think you're going? Customers aren't allowed behind the counter. These
Wild
Imperials
Rose?
are as ill-bred as they come. Please don't kill me, Wild Rose. Aha! You're with the rebels.
Not so loud!
You'll find a secret door in this wall. There's a wounded soldier back there. Go see if you can help him. What am I going to do? I've had it with this place. I quit. You guys can take it from here. Don't let us down.
Gee. Okay, hold on. Weren't we youth? I know that's a little silly with how Maria dresses and Firion's armor that he's already wearing, but like, we're youth. We're sneaking into our old town because our parents are dead and we're homeless. No, you can take care of this, bye. They kind of missed the mark on that one.
Desperation, survival, every man for himself. Are you going to turn me over to the Empire? At least have the decency to kill me first. I don't want them to take me alive. Or asleep. Wild Rose. So, you're rebel soldiers, are you? My name is Scott. I'm a Prince of Kashuan. Prince Scott, we were told you fell in the battle. Thank goodness you're still alive. I am, but not for much longer. I'm afraid I must ask a favor of you. There's something you must tell my brother Gordon. Tell him I know he has great strength. He must learn to have more faith in in himself. I also have a message for the king. Tell him the reason Fynn fell so quickly is that Count Borgin betrayed us. Fucking Count. It's always the Counts or the Wazirs. He's been made a general in the Imperial Army. There is one more thing. Tell Hilda that I love her. No, don't deliver that last message. The confessions of a dying man. That would only bring her pain. My brother Leon, have you heard of him? I'm sorry, but I have not. I wish I could be of more help. Here, I want you to take my ring. I'm sure it will be of use. Maybe it's all this talking, but I've grown extremely tired. If you'll excuse me, I just need to rest, just for a little while, flump.
Oh. I thought he was going to step back into bed, but okay.
Nope, floor is fine. That carpet looks comfy.
To be fair, he just faded out of existence. He Jedi'd that shit.
So we just got our first key item, memento from Scott. Apparently someone in Gatrea knows how to use it.
The brother?
I don't remember him saying anything about that. But yeah, we got to take it back to Gordon.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think that was what we needed to do here. So I say we make a hasty retreat.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't look anybody in the eye.
Just leave it all on your tab. Bye.
Ignore the eventual smell of decomp from the secret wall.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
What is that funky smell? And of course, we'll get some trash mob fights in on the way back.
Mm-hmm. So since she's dual wielding, she can attack twice in a row now, yeah? That's what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, basically going almost like the way of a monk in some of the entries. Like if we'd had, I know we didn't have a monk on our party in Final Fantasy 1, but that would have been like punch, 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 damage. Punch, 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 damage.
Attack surge!
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So now we gotta go all the way around the lake again. Fucking goblins. Trashiest of trash mobs.
I'm sorry, I'm just still thinking about what I can do to make Leon when we get him. I'm presuming he'll be our fourth.
I have plans for you.
Well, you see, there's always going to be your main anime protagonist, who's usually a pretty boy, white hair or not. Following anime rules, you've got your main character, usually a pretty boy, and because he's the hero, he's got to have a sword and shield. We've turned that on its ear. He's going to be the ranger in light armor in the back. We've already turned our pretty princess into a battle barbarian, and we've turned our meat wall into our healer. Now, if we're following anime rules, when the, lost older brother figure shows up, regardless of who he's actually related to or not, he'll be like the mentor and the inspiration for our pretty young hero. Which means that he might also have a sword and shield thing going on, but probably a more desirable sword and shield. And in fact, when he inevitably falls in battle, then the young hero will take his gear and carry on his legacy. I'm just following anime rules. This is a long shot in the dark.
Leon will just show up and be like, guy, what the fuck?
So I'm thinking when I'm just thinking when Leon shows up being like the big brother figure and also being sword and shield, he needs to either be a rogue, or I need to make him hand to hand.
Fair enough.
I'll see when we get to him.
No, I'm enjoying, like, you're seeing this game for the first time. I'm getting to revisit it. We get to chat about it. It'll be interesting to kind of hear your thoughts on it, especially in comparison to the first Final Fantasy. And, yeah, just see you basically get to do what you want with it.
Well, it's also kind of interesting because the game, although it's certainly not making it feel like it at this point, in the establishing shots, it says that these are youth. still dependent on their parents. Like, they're essentially homeless. They straight up told the princess, we have nowhere else to go.
Mhm.
That is not what independent young adults would say. They were dependent on somebody else to keep them clothed and fed. So, despite the fact that, one's already running around in high heels with her tits out, and the other two are already fully dressed in capes, it's like, okay, your capes are actually towels that you tied around your necks because you're children. And the girl was playing dress up with her mom's closet, and that's why it's falling off of her shoulders too much.
That's an interesting theory, I guess.
And then,
Anyways.
through desperation, they pick up their arms, and now you have this little girl who's usually playing with stuffed bunnies is screaming maniacally and hitting people with axes, which is, to be fair, right up there with what a stage most little girls go through.
I used to just cut wood. Now I cut people. My name is Gordon. I was once a prince of Cashuin. Now I'm nothing but a coward. So, in addition to the key item thing, so we've got ask, we've got learn, we've also got key items. So now we can show him the ring from his brother.
Right.
That ring, it's my brother's. He really said all those things about me? Is that it? Okay. Let's Minwoo was the one who told us that he foresaw us going to Fynn.
Okay.
So let's maybe go talk to him and the princess.
To be fair, we didn't talk to the other wizard in that room either, so...
Oh, just because you see a guy with a beard in a cloak, okay, yeah, fair stereotype, but he might not necessarily be a wizard. Heading to Fynn, are we? It's not my place to tell you what to do, but I'd reconsider if I were you. It's a dangerous place to be, you see. The city is crawling with the Empire's monsters. To the north lies a small village called Gatrea. Judging by the look of you, you'd be lucky to make it that far. Bitch, we made it to Fynn. Before you go anywhere, I suggest you visit the room with the sigil that saved your life. There you'll find people who can teach you a thing or two about adventuring. I think you're going to need all the advice they can spare. I am a wizard, after all.
You didn't even go back to that room, so you missed some stuff.
Well, we can go back and check it. I see your destiny clearly. The future it holds seems closely entwined with my own. You will begin by journeying to Fynn, which we already did.
Yep.
I tried showing him the ring and nothing happens. I'm sure if we show it to the princess, she'll react to it. Our password is Wild Rose. Remember it well. That ring belonged to Scott. Is he alive? He was alive.
To be fair, Princess, we brought back the ring not attached to him. What do you think?
Yeah. He gave us this ring in Fynn, just before he lost the last of his strength. Did he say anything? He said something about No, nothing. Not a thing. Your Highness, please. The ring belongs with you. No, keep it. It suits a personage of courage. You infiltrated Fynn and returned to tell the tale. You've proven yourselves quite capable. It would seem I underestimated your strength. I would have you lend that strength to our cause. There's a magical metal known as mithril, and we need strong warriors if we are going to obtain it.
Okay, so it's highlighted in red. We have to learn it, yeah?
Yes, and I just did. So that's another thing, too. If you're talking to an NPC and you forget to click learn, then you're kind of screwing yourself, because you'll get to a point later where it's like, oh, why is nothing happening? There was a key term I missed.
Oh, shit.
And back when this game came out, there was no internet, no strategy guides, and no nothing.